Today's question is about osteoporosis. Hi, I'm Melissa and welcome to Living Your Yoga. Today's question is from June and it's about osteoporosis. She says, I recently received my T-scores from a bone density test. My spine is fine, but my femur score is not so good. So for those of you who don't know what your femur bone is, goes up your leg, and the top of your femur bone is in your hip joint. The doctor has recommended a medication, but I am hesitant to take medication. I already exercise, don't smoke, and consume little to no caffeine. Any suggestions on ways to improve that score through yoga? So thank you for your question, June. I think this is a great conversation to have with your doctor. And I think often doctors aren't sure about yoga. They don't necessarily know the yoga poses. So the questions to ask are, what movements in my body will improve my bone density, and what movements will make my bone density worse, or what could cause a fracture, or what could exacerbate my condition. And if you listen all the way to the end, I'll show you where to go to get a list of questions that you can take with you to your doctor, because I know it can be quite stressful when you go to the doctor to remember all the questions that you need to ask. So once you have this information, you'll be better equipped to go into any yoga class, to look after yourself in any yoga class. So since you mentioned you want to improve your bone density in the femur bone, in your leg bone, I would recommend standing yoga postures. They're really going to help you. These are weight-bearing postures that will encourage full range of motions through your joints, and they'll also encourage bone density. So yoga is wonderful for bone health on many levels. For one, it helps to improve balance and coordination, which is important for preventing falls. Falls is one of the reasons for people with osteoporosis end up with fractures. And also in yoga, you learn to hold yoga poses for long periods of times, and then you also shift your weight onto one side or the other. Both of these practices offer extra loads on your body that create more tension from tendons pulling on bones. More tension means that your body will make new bone. Yoga also has lots of stretching, which we now understand stimulates bone growth. Dr. Lauren Fishman has proven this in his pilot studies, that just 10 minutes of yoga a day can improve bone density. So today I'm going to show you one of my favorite yoga postures, one of my favorite standing yoga postures that gets right into your hip joints, and it's weight bearing. It also stretches out the hip joints, so it ticks all the boxes for osteoporosis. I'm also going to show you a way to add balance to it so that it also ticks that box as well. So it is Goddess Victory Squat. So if you turn your feet out to 10 and 2 o'clock, I'm just going to come to a little better spot for me for balance, and then you sit down, and then you're going to get a stretch in your groin, and you're also weight bearing your quad muscles here, which is great. So you're building muscle and you're stretching at the same time. You're pulling on those tendons and ligaments and increasing the range of motion through the joints. Now, if you want to add balance to this, then you can lift your heels, and then you've got that balance challenge as well. So working towards balance, you could use things like a wall or a chair beside you so that you don't fall, but that's a great way to add balance. In the show notes, I will link to a couple of other blog posts that I've done on osteoporosis. And also I will link to a free yoga class that I did, Namaste Yoga 195, to build bone density. And in our membership community, we have a whole class dedicated to yoga for osteoporosis that you may be interested in. So I'll link to how to become a member of our membership community. At the beginning, I gave Margaret a list of questions that she could take to her doctor, because it's useful to have those questions with you so that it's less stressful when you're with your doctor, and then you can have a pen with you and you can write them out. So if you'd like to have those questions, you go to the show notes, click on the main link for the show notes. And then if you scroll down through the blog post, you'll see a spot where you can type in your email address, and then we'll send you those questions and you can print them off in your printer and take them with you to your doctor. So thank you so much for listening. If you have any other questions or comments, please leave them below. I love hearing from you, or you can send me a SpeakPipe message, and we respond to all our comments. Namaste.
Melissa would love to hear your questions and thoughts. Please leave your comments below the video. Thank you for your reviews on iTunes and YouTube. Your reviews help us to share yoga and a yoga lifestyle with others around the world. If you have a question for Melissa, you can leave a voice message at melissawest.com, and Melissa may answer it in an upcoming blog.